women do that is a red flag, regardless of if you're in a situation where you're married, whether you're dating, whatever it is, the biggest red flag you need to watch out for and really pay attention to, and that is a woman controlling what you say. A woman controlling what you say. And it's very important that you understand that because if a woman control what you say, she can control what you think, what you believe, how you act, everything that goes on with you as a man. A woman can control that if you allow her to control what you say. Let me give you an example. So this was years ago. I was dating this woman, and there was something that I said that she did not like. I understand a little bit of it just because of the nature of who she was and what she believed in. However, I was in the military for 10 years. I was in the Marine Corps. We say certain things, they have a certain meaning for us, they may not be a proper meaning for someone else. But the word that I said, I don't know if I'm going to say it on here, but the word that I said, if you're in the military, if something, if I'll just go ahead and say it. One of the words that I said is I said, oh man, that's gay. Now, if you're in the military or you're a veteran, you understand it doesn't mean homosexual. It doesn't mean anything derogatory. When we use it, it's just saying, hey, that situation is messed up or that situation is unfavorable. However, this young lady or woman took it the wrong way and told me, don't say that word. So, me, obviously, I checked her. I told her, hey, that's how I talk. That's the word that I choose to say. And if you don't like it, then you can kick rocks basically, for lack of better words, because I'm not going to change how I say something. I'm not going to change how I talk, my beliefs, and that's just who I am. So you either take it or leave it. I'm not going to change for you to make you feel comfortable, make you feel happy. I'm going to say what I'm going to say because that's just who I am. And if you're just popping in here, what I'm talking about is why you should never allow a woman to monitor or dictate what you say. Don't never ever let a woman, it doesn't matter if you're dating, it doesn't matter if you're in a relationship, never allow a woman to dictate what you say, no matter what. Because once they dictate what you say, they control what you say, guess what? Now she knows, okay, I can control what he says. So what I'm going to do now is control how he thinks, what he does, his behavior, his beliefs, his emotions, all those things all start from that little simple thing of a woman telling you what to say and what not to say. So for me, like I said before, I said something, she didn't like it. I told her, hey, pretty much that's what I say. That's who I am. That's how I communicate. That's how I've been doing it while I've been in the Marine Corps. And that's pretty much it. And if you're just jumping on here and you haven't heard what I said, pretty much the situation, I was dating this young lady years ago and we were talking about something. I can't remember what it was, but I had said, hey, that's gay. And like I said before, it's not a derogatory way that I said it. It was more of me expressing myself based on how just in the military we just talk about certain things that are unfavorable. I mean, that's just what it is. It's not about homosexuality. It's not about calling somebody a fag or anything like that. It was just, hey, that's gay. But I explained to her the reason why I said that because it's like, okay, you may not understand why I said. You may come from a certain background. This is why I said it. If you can't accept it, then you don't need to be with me. Now, the other thing that I said before around a young lady is I was explaining something. I had said that feels weird, right? That feels weird. And you know what she tried to tell me? She said, maybe choose a different word. And you know what my response was? What does weird mean? Because sometimes women don't want you to say certain things and they know exactly what it means, but they try to act like it's a negative word, but it's not. It just means something that's unusual. Simple, plain and simple. But guess what? Same thing. You don't like what I said? Hey, this is who I am. This is what I say. If you don't like what I say, then I don't know what to tell you except for kick rocks, go find somebody else because I'm not going to change myself. I'm not going to change what I say because this is just who I am. And the moment that you start living like that, where you say what you want to say, you say what's on your mind, obviously you can have some tact and you can be professional. But the thing is, you have to understand that the moment that you change what you say for a woman, she'll lose respect for you. She'll lose respect for you, but also what she'll do is she'll know that she can control you in other ways because now it's starting to get her attention that okay, I told him I don't want him talking this way. He's not talking that way anymore. What else can I get away with? And those are the biggest red flags. Those are the biggest red flags. Well, the biggest red flag, I'll share some more later on this week, but the biggest red flag is a woman trying to change how you talk, what you say, the words that you choose, how you express yourself. Because at the end of the day, you say what you say because that's who you are. But if you try to change who you are for that woman, she's going to lose respect for you. So just keep that in mind. Just wanted to hop on here real quick for this Sunday. If you just jumped in on here, make sure you go back and watch this video from the beginning. Give this video a thumbs up. If you're new, make sure you subscribe. And other than that, that's all I got for you today. Let me see comments. What's going on, William? How you doing? Angel, what's going on, man? I think that's yeah. But other than that, this has been another live video. Just wanted to get on here and just tell you what that big red flag is that you want to avoid from messing up your dating or relationships. And other than that, I will talk to you later. If there's any topics that you want me to talk to, that you want me to go deep into, make sure you send me an email, saul@saulpalmer.com. So that's SAUL at SAULPALMER at Yahoo or at .com. Sorry. Saul Palmer, Saul@saulpalmer.com. Until next time, I'll talk to you later. Have a good one.